Ventura Boulevard, raining hard. February 17th. Sherman Oaks. Rain in LA, it's like a big snowstorm anywhere else. People go crazy, can't drive. Drive too fast for the conditions. Roads can't sustain the water in this kind of rain either. There's flooding on the side. Oroville Dam, we're going to have to pray for that too. Keep them in mind. Thoughts and prayers. Up in northern. All traffic signals out in San Fernando Valley here in the pouring rain. Rainstorm of the year. This river is usually empty. It's usually just an empty concrete bed here at Coldwater Canyon. Wow.
It's a third of the price of what you pay in a store, and it's conveniently delivered to your house. And they also have other great grooming products that you're going to come to love and enjoy, and again. And after that, it's just a couple of
really coming down, causing big puddles at these intersections.
That's moneymatters.net or call 800-994-03. Our personalities recommend there's no better way to grow your small business than with iHeartRadio. 445 Radio to learn more. Net metering 1 expires July 1st. You need to get going on your solar in time to get it installed.
Still coming down here. 3 hours later. Homeless people are going to be really hit hard.
High wind gusts have knocked down dozens of trees in Santa Clarita. KFI's Andrew Malbeck reports live. Some people have had to leave their homes.
It's a downpour here, and the strongest winds of the day have been blowing through the area. I'm outside an apartment complex that had a big tree crash through the upper level. City spokeswoman Carrie Lujan says the burned areas are another concern.
Class 3 of the canyon was the area that got hit really hard on Saturday.
Where we had the 2 swift water rescues. We had the sheriffs and our public works department out there making sure that once things started flowing through that area, that they put up barricades and made it very clear that the road was closed.
Some roads in the burn areas have mud running down them. Live in Santa Clarita, Andrew Mullenbeck, KFI News.
A 75-foot tall tree has also fallen onto a 2-story apartment building in Westwood. Part of the tree went through the roof on the 2nd floor. LA City firefighters say it missed a person by about 3 feet. 16 college students had to leave the building because their apartments are not safe right now. Fallen trees also causing some problems in the valley. One fell onto a car in the Sherman Oaks area, taking down a power line. The LA City Fire Department says the person in the car had gotten an electrical shock. And another fell in Van Nuys. That one took down a power line and may have affected a nearby gas line. More trees falling in the area. This one in Northridge. The LA City firefighters say no one was hurt in the tree when the tree fell in the Northridge area. And another large tree also fallen in Saugus. That one is blocking a street near Quigley Canyon.
Right, Tarzan's down.
Up in Doherty as the rain intensifies. This guy was out walking with his kids.
That water gets into the engine.
Today, and I was on a long conference call and just got off, so we decided we'd come out and walk around for a little bit.
KFI's Chris and Carlo has more live from the neighborhood under mandatory evacuation.
That man says his car is packed up, ready to go should the mud start flowing. He is one of several people in this neighborhood who have chosen to chance it by staying against mandatory evacuation orders. Many live on side streets sheltered either by topography or structure, but in the expected dangers on a dirty brown flow has been steadily consuming more of the pavement on Mel Canyon Road.
There we go.
As heavy bands of rain pour down upon the neighborhood, the water flows with greater strength, and where the road meets the mountainside, it's a
Through the swamp,
K-rails,
the lake.
dam-like barriers that will
Holy
keep
cow.
them up. But if this is anything serious, these K-rails can be a little more than speed bumps. Reporting live in Guardy, Chris and Carlo, KFI News.
Up north, Lake Oroville is in good shape.
The level's been reduced by nearly 50 feet, and engineers say they don't expect water to exceed anticipated outflows. Officials had been releasing 100,000 cubic feet of water a second since Sunday. It was reduced to 80,000 late yesterday. Crews removed debris from the bottom of the dam's damaged spillway. The State Department of Water Resources says removing debris protects Oroville Dam's power plant and will allow for it to eventually be restarted. Aaron Bender, KFI News.
Traffic from Russell Hotel in the traffic center. We're going to start with the 405 in San Fernando.
Heading southbound, that drive is loading up, leaving the 5 in place, take you all the way ahead through the valley, through the Sepulveda Pass, into Inglewood, Torres, into Orange County. Finally opening up once you, well, it doesn't open up, folks. It's a steady flow stream all the
period of time. I wouldn't be able to tell you exactly when, but certainly it's been part of my tennis description of tactics of players and how they go about trying to win matches.
I imagine other announcers use it too.
You know, I've worked with a lot of different announcers. Everybody has their own vocabulary, their own use of terms. I've heard from several guys that they don't like what happens here because it scares them about what they can actually say and be on the air with.
Well, what's with your bosses? Why didn't they put out a statement saying he was using the word G-U-E-R, and it means, you know, an unorthodox tactic, and say that's the end of the story, we're no longer commenting?
I think because I was expendable to them and it was easier for them to do what they did.
Well, who exactly was going after you? Just random people with nothing to do on Twitter?
Yeah.
Did you have organized groups coming after you?
No, not actually. It was just, I think it was probably
This is Doug Adler.
followers of Ben Rothenberg.
The Times reporter. Ben Rothenberg was the Times reporter?
Yeah.
Have you spoken to him since or contacted him in any way?
No.
That's really awful. Is he a sports guy or just a reporter?
From what I understand, I've been told that he's one of the tennis reporters for the New York Times.
And he never heard this phrase?
I guess not, but when he was asked by someone whether he definitely knew what I'd said, and someone said, could I have meant gorilla, G-U-E-R-R-I-L-L-A, he said something like, well, I guess possible, or he didn't defend exactly that he was sure what I said.
That's the danger of this Twitter idiocy, is people blurt something out that's false, and everyone else takes it seriously. I just don't understand. Twitter's just a bunch of nonsense in the air. Why is ESPN taking this so seriously? I don't understand. This is not an issue. This is not a story, let alone a firing.
Yeah, that's what the hardest thing was for me, because, you know, I've worked with him for over 9 years, and I believe that there was a great deal of trust and loyalty built up. And when they made the decision to let me go because there was too much pressure from what they said was the other side, I went into absolute shock.
Well, I see a quote that you gave the LA Daily News, that you got a call from a producer, that you were fired, and your quote is, he said they just don't want to fight the other side. There's a little bit too much pressure coming from the other side. This other side is...
social media.
That's really frightening. I mean, that's crazy.
Yeah, particularly when you have a relationship, a great working relationship with professional people that, you know, John McEnroe, you think they would have handled a little bit differently? You think they would have done their due diligence to find out all about Ben Rothenberg and the types of people that were supporting this whole viral PC situation?
No, they wouldn't. You've alluded a couple times about Rothenberg. I mean, is there something in his past and history that adds another perspective to this story?
Yes, there is. Actually, in 2015, he was involved with writing an article specifically about women's wear and what they wear on the court, and he got into some hot water with the Williams sisters because he made some comments towards Serena that weren't taken the way that the New York Times and Rothenberg wanted them to be taken. And I've been told by several people that this was a potential way for him to get back in their good graces.
Can you hang on the line? Because we want to talk with your attorney as well about this lawsuit you filed for wrongful termination against ESPN. We're talking with Douglas Adler. His attorney, David Ring, is also standing by on the other line. And Adler was fired by ESPN. He's been a tennis analyst for 9 years. He did the Australian Open last month. Venus Williams was in a match, and he described Williams' aggressive charging of the net as the gorilla effect, G-U-E-R-R-I-L-L-A, and this New York Times writer took it to mean G-O-R-I-L-L-A, that it was some kind of racist slur, put it on Twitter, was wrong, but then the Twitter mob got crazed, and for some reason ESPN completely caved into it. And the whole thing is just beyond absurd. It's ridiculous. Stupid. David Ring back on in just a moment.
186 arriving flights delayed today. 34 were canceled. 29 flights that were supposed to head out of LAX were also canceled, and 84 departures have been delayed. LA has joined New York City and other municipalities in a legal brief.
Soon to need a solid financial plan for your retirement income. You cannot afford to miss this extra special free Money Matters Retirement Seminar. Choose 1 p.m. tomorrow.
Rain, rain, rain. It's crazy here in LA. I love it. As long as I don't stall. Nobody's stalled out here. It's surprising. All the water here. Yeah. Water spout warning.
Here for the latest on the weather. AM 640.
John Cobell, Ben Champo, Sam Sun, AM 640. We continue with Doug Adler, working as a tennis commentator for ESPN up until very recently. He was working the Australian Open, Venus Williams fan, and he described Venus Williams charging the net as she put the gorilla effect on, G-U-E-R-R-I-L-L-A, which means, to use an unorthodox, aggressive manner.
Freeway.
That, I think, would be a good sports definition. But some New York Times writer, Ben Rothenberg, thought he said gorilla, G-O-R-I-L-L-A, and thought it was a racist slur, sent out a tweet, and then all these hounds on Twitter started yelling that Doug Adler was a racist. ESPN made him apologize, and then decided to fire him because they didn't want to put up with the pressure from the other side. And Doug said the other side is just crazy people on Twitter. I don't know when everybody decided, like, random idiots on Twitter were to be paid attention to. That's something that baffled me. Get Doug back on here, and David Ring is attorney because you're filing a wrongful termination lawsuit against ESPN. Let's get David on for a minute here. David, what's the strategy for